So the building, you get it, and I remember you guys had to put sprinklers in it, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to do that. So did I. You opened it in 2017,
16.
16. Lessons in Fear,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
and now it is the Mohican Haunted Schoolhouse. Why the change in names, and what was the thought behind that?
Well, we had a talk with Kelly Collins, or he
It was after they did the tour they came to see us on their bus tour.
we were on the last Midwest bus tour before they moved out of Columbus.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
So they went through, and he said, well, what they discussed or talked about on the bus, going from our haunt to another haunt, was like, the name was just a little weird. It just, it just kind of needed something different. So we were actually at a party at Roger Miller's house, and they were there. And at the end of the party, he kind of calls us over to the table and like, don't get mad, but we're thinking maybe you need to do something with the name of your haunt, and we're like, okay, what's your idea? And he goes, how about Mohican Haunted Schoolhouse? And he goes, because it's indicating the area that it's in, plus it's a schoolhouse, which it is.
Yep.
Versus the Lessons in Fear is like a phrase. It's kind of, we get it came from schoolhouse something, but it's not coming out that way. And back then, and still do today, most time I'll answer the phones. And when the season gets busy, people be like, where are you? And it would always be you start, where are you from? Or, are you anywhere near us here? Are you further away?
Yeah.
Do you know the Mansfield prison? If you've ever been there, we're 20-some minutes away.
Sure.
Southeast of there. They'd be like, So somewhere like number 4 or number 5, I'm like, have you ever canoed at Mohican State Park? Or, have you ever vacationed? They're like, oh yeah, Mohican, we go canoeing there every summer. I'm like, we're right on Route 39. That's the main road. You drove right past us. And they're like, we know where it's at. So the name kind of helped. So whereas Kelly was kind of thinking like, oh my God, they're going to kill us. We're kind of like, okay. It's kind of interesting to flip-flop names like 2 years into it. But we're like, let's do it. So
yeah. No, I mean, it works.
It helps. Yeah. So a lot of that discussion on the phone is not like, where are you at? Because it kind of gets us into that general area.
Right.
Of the state park area anyway, of where it might be. So
sure.
That's how that came about.
I see. Okay. So the evolution of it from Lessons in Fear to the Mohican Haunted Schoolhouse in 2016, was it just, have you expanded, I guess is what I'm asking you.
Yeah.
Because I mean, the first time I went compared to the second time, I'm like, this seems bigger.
Yeah.
It looks like you're in more rooms now.
I think you brought some of your crew for the Easter hunt, didn't you? The egg hunt.
The first time, yes. Yeah, that was the first time.
And we had a good time because we had we decided to do kind of what we call it, Madness in Wonderland, and we had we had all these rabbit costumes, and then that I had bought at a costume store, and then we just had people wear all these goofy costumes. And we hid eggs all over.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the characters, Breezy, one of our actresses, she had this character. Her rabbit was Rumpus Rottingtail. And she was in the last room. Mm-hmm. And she even had this big, huge egg that was like, I don't know, it was huge. And she had it in a basket. And so we always said, you can go ahead and try to take some of the eggs, but Rumpus won't like that. Mm-hmm. And so some of your actors actually, you mean we can take them? And it's like, you can try. And our actors would kind of discourage people from taking them. But I remember her saying she was in the classroom at the desk in this big bunny costume that people thought she was fake.
Yeah.
And a guy came in and said, I'm taking this big one, and grabbed the egg. She pushed the desk. The egg went flying. The guy went running. And that might have been the one where we decided we had to put a bar in the desks. We had a row of desks in there.
Yeah.
this guy, he came in with his kids and went blasting through the desks and left his kids behind, realized, went back and got his kids. And it was kind of funny. We had a good time with that. And that's when I said, it'd be kind of fun to, do some of these off the cuff things that are, kind of bizarre. We